Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and welcome to my guide on how to complete all the objectives in the brand new Blitzkrieg DLC for Unity of Command 2. Today we'll focus on MLAWA to MODLIN. As always, I will first explain it to you in a sort of general idea while we're looking at the map, and then I'll show you one playthrough on how I did it. Welcome to the tactics window, where we talk about how to do MLAWA to MODLIN. So the name of the game is really how you're going to get MLAWA. It's also the thing you need to get first. So with MLAWA, there are a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, there's this river here, so it's going to be a bit difficult to get there. And second of all, in this scenario, you're not going to get any engineers, so it's going to be really difficult for you to lower the entrenchment. You can get some artillery, like this one, and you can buy more, which I'm going to do, but you do not get the engineer, so that's not so great. So what I'm going to do in this scenario is use all of my airstrikes, both these and these, on MLAWA, so that I can hurt them as much as possible, as quickly as possible, and they won't be able to get a good entrenchment. Now typically we don't recommend using airstrikes on cities because you can turn the city into ruins, and that's better for the defender because they can defend a bit better, but in this case you want to focus with the airstrikes, do as much damage as you can. You should be able to get MLAWA within turn 1 or 2. So at the end of turn 2 we got MLAWA. Then with these units up here we want to focus down towards Lomja. Now what's really important is that MODLIN can be unsupplied. So once you take over MLAWA with the units that you've got kind of here on the left, you're going to be moving down towards MODLIN, and you need to have a unit that's standing here on this supply, and then a unit that's sort of surrounding northern Warsaw, and also someone who's standing here on this hex. Once you do that, you will be able to unsupply MODLIN. You cannot unsupply northern Warsaw because they have connection from actual Warsaw here with their supply. So there you're going to be sort of surrounding them and using some things like set piece attacks to hurt them, and then feint attacks to suppress their units. But you will be able to surround MODLIN and gain, you don't have to worry about MODLIN then, because then you're just going to wait out 3 turns and then MODLIN is going to lose all of their supply and you can destroy them pretty easily. Alright, so MODLIN will be free, and northern Warsaw is going to be around turn like 7 or 8. You're just going to surround most of these units that you got here, step them here and wait. In the meantime, you need to focus on Lomja and Siedlce. The way this works is that you're going to grab the units up here, and also you're going to get a lot of new units, mostly like German motorized units and tanks, which you're going to be moving with down here. You also want to surround Białystok, similar tactic to MODLIN. You want to do this fairly early, like around turn 3 or 4. You should have the motorized unit and some tanks around Białystok. One thing you will have to watch out for is the supply though, but generally you want to unsupply them. You need to have somebody here, here, and there, and then just wait 2 or 3 turns, and then you can either hit them up when they're weak or just wait it out until they're completely weak. Then you're going to be moving down here towards Bresh, and like I said, the Siedlce, and then at the same time you're going to have some people around here near northern Warsaw. So let me set the scene. It's around turn, let's say 5 or 6. You should have some people here surrounding northern Warsaw and MODLIN. You should have probably taken over Lomja by now, and you're moving down to Siedlce, and you either have someone here around Białystok or you already took it over. Maybe some units moving down towards Bresh. Now Siedlce, you can unsupply them if you want, but the unit on Siedlce is usually fairly weak, like it doesn't have too many steps, so you should be able to just take it off with just pure force. It's not a problem. Now, at this point, it's going to be turn, let's say, 8 or something. You're probably still going to have someone around here, and you need to go to Brest. The thing about Brest is it's really difficult because you do not have much supply. So in this scenario, you only have 2 supply hubs. We're going to be using one over here and one that you can place somewhere. We're going to be using 2 supply cards. One you will get by taking over MLAWA, and the second one you will get from the previous scenario. We got extra supply hubs, so we're going to be using that card as well. So we'll be using 4 supply hubs total. It's probably still doable with 3, especially if you, for example, don't wait it out with Białystok and just destroy them. And you also want to utilize the fact that if you step over enemy supply hub, it will resupply your units. So if you keep that in mind, you can kind of play around with probably less, but we will be using 4. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you cannot unsupply Brest. Even if you have units standing all around it, it still has like supply hub in itself. In the run I'm going to show you, actually didn't realize that, so I was trying to unsupply it, and then I realized like way too late that you actually can't. So just don't try to unsupply, just get your units around it and just go straight in for attack. You want to again use your units that have artillery, so you can use set piece attack to lower their entrenchment, and then you're going to be using a lot of feint attacks to suppress their units, and then you can finish it up. In the run I'm going to show you, I get bursts on turn 10. It's probably possible to get a little bit easier, especially if you're not going to be waiting around like I am with trying to unsupply upon final realization that you actually can't. So you could probably do it on turn 8 or 9 already. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, so we're going to start by moving our supply hub a little bit lower, one step behind the unit that you have there. Then I'm going to be putting artillery on the majority of my units and recon on my tank. The recon is going to help you when you move your tank around. It will make more hexes your own. If you want to know more about it, I have a short guide explaining how this particular specialist works, but generally just when you move around, more of the hexes will become your territory. Now I'm adding another supply below Blitzkrieg, and I'm moving my HQ. This is really important to Allenstein. This part is really important because this will help you be able to use things like feint attacks because the HQ will be in range of your units. Right. Next we're going at MLAWA. Now with the tank we discovered another unit towards which we're going to move with that infantry. We have some mod-1 options, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I always want to start by moving my units around. And alright, here we started off with the feint attack, and then we're going to do a 1-1 attack. This actually went really well for us because we did some really nice damage. Now we're going to use a feint attack with our tank as well. At this point I'm going to focus on MLAWA. Now, they might not always leave as quickly as they did in this case, but it's really important to get MLAWA fast because if you let them get a reinforcement, it's going to be difficult for you. The airstrike you can then either use to hit up these guys or those guys over there, but we're going to start up here by doing some extra damage. We're not gonna... Actually, yeah, 1-2 is not too bad. Let's do it. Just want to make sure that everybody kind of falls back, and we're going to follow up in that direction. Here, we're going to start with the units that are the most in the back and start moving forward as much as we can. Okay, we're going to discover a new unit here. That's right. Move around it. Start with some feint attack with... And then we have 1-2. That's pretty good. And no more. Okay, can't do anything more, that's alright. Now, you will want to move some of your HQs, or actually make them stronger. So we're going to remove this one. We're going to pick a new one, the one that we just got from MLAWA, and we're going to put it here in the city. Now these two units will be unsupplied, but we can make them supplied later. As for here, we don't actually need this one because we've got the other people in there. So actually, we need it for this guy, but that's okay. We're going to place them back in the following turns and we can move them in a bit better position. You can see that they will still be supplied this turn. So that's going to be it for our first turn. They're gonna try to unsupply you. That's alright. We're gonna need to do some damage back, but them falling back here is actually not bad because we're gonna have like a free space here to be able to stock. Well, actually there might be one unit there. We'll see. We're gonna start moving towards Lomja because that's something that we have to finish first. So we want to make sure we are utilizing that. And here we're gonna start attacking these guys. We might actually use an airstrike here to help ourselves. Oh, I didn't do anything. Regardless, we can then deploy a new unit and use that instead on the following turn, not on this one. So let's move up here, hit them up. They will next turn most likely move here to unsupply your unit, but that's okay. And then next turn you're going to be able to deploy more additional stuff here. Now, some of these things got unsupplied. That's not ideal, but it's not terrible. So we're going to start by killing this thing. You want to utilize this overrun chance. So you want to look with the tank, we've got 70%. And this we also got 70%, so we're going to start with these guys. then they can turn back, and here they get again 70% chance of overrun. That's quite useful. Now with my tank, I'm gonna move here, and this is going to resupply these units and give me a better chance of, well, getting supplied. And then we're gonna try to get here. Oh, we can't quite step onto their HQ. That's a bit unfortunate, but we can at least get close. These units in the back, they're just going to move forward. Now we got to supply back, which is important. And with this unit, we'll also just move kind of ahead so that we can start moving. Now we got to destroy this unit so it doesn't step into MLAWA. So we'll start with the 0 tree. We got overrun. We should be able to follow them up, do another hit, and finish them. Check your supply. Everybody's still supplied. That's great. So we're going to keep moving down here. We still can't quite step onto the HQ, which is a bit sad. But let's at least get, I don't know, this close? This might actually keep this unit. No, it's supplied. Good, because we got that supply hub over there. So that's great. So this is going to allow us to move down to MODLIN. So with MODLIN, what you want to do is you don't want to bother attacking. Instead, you're going to surround it and make sure that it's unsupplied, and then you're going to get some really good bonuses just from unsupplying it. So that's quite useful. Now this is a problem because this is going to make sure that some of these units down here are unsupplied, but it's not like a terrible problem, so we're not going to worry about it too much. We could move through here, but I don't think we need to. Instead, we want to start moving our unit here down, and also our HQ is going to be moving down towards, we'll start towards Ortelsburg, and then it's going to move further down so we can use up some abilities down here on MODLIN once we get to it. Now, we know that they will unsupply us here. There's really not much I can do about it. If I were to place a supply hub here, actually, we'll try it, but I don't think it's going to work because they will step over the unsupplied. We might still get a supply from this road, but I'm not sure about it. Also, we should probably add a secondary supply to this place. We're going to need it later. So let's hit OK, and we cannot place a new unit. Okay, so it's just going to end our turn. So we got MLAWA. You can sometimes get MLAWA on turn 2. Sometimes not. You're not as lucky as me to get on turn 1, but that's alright. See, they did exactly what we expected. That's fine. You gotta keep in mind that there's one unit over there and make sure that we kill it before it tries to step into our HQ. So let's keep that in mind. This unit got unsupplied. We can use overrun to make sure it is supplied. That's not a big problem. Alright, here we get 1, 2. We'll try to step into some sides, and we're gonna place a new unit there in a moment. Let's get command points, and we'll place a new unit here, and one more unit there. Here we get 0, 1, and we're gonna move with this unit here. Wasn't there another unit here? Apparently not. Okay, in that case, we want to start moving here towards Bialystok. That's what we're gonna need to do next. So with this tank, let's just move as close to Bialystok as we can. Okay, there's no one there. Someone might move there. We'll have to wait and see. We'll move a bit closer and start using some set piece attacks on these guys. And yeah, set piece attacks. Before that I use a feint attack. I said that wrong. This is going to reduce their entrenchment, so that's good for us. It's not fantastic because we still can't hit them up, but remember we've got like 6 turns for this, so we don't need to go crazy. Okay, so we're okay here. We could do an airstrike. Sure. Nope, nothing. Alright, never mind. And we move these guys down a little bit. Now with the supply, we should be supplied here because there's nothing they can do up there to unsupply me, so we're all good. Now here we want to focus on going back down towards MODLIN. I think we'll go from this direction. Here we can go from the top. Okay, we've got a unit here. Could do 0-2 with my tank. Only 10% chance of overrun, unfortunately, so we won't get that overrun bonus. Okay, we actually did. That's kind of insane. Okay. And let's move down here with the unit. We're gonna finish that off and turn here. Obviously we don't want to do a 0-4, that'd be very not beneficial, but once we sort of go around here and surround northern Warsaw as well, we will be able to do to unsupply them. Then we can kill them off very soon, pretty easily, so we don't need to worry about that. This unit needs to move forward as much as it can, and my HQ should move down as well. We'll move it to here. Okay, this was a bit of a risk because this unit could theoretically try to move there. We'll see what they do. That was a bit dangerous of us to do. But there's really nothing we can do to stop it now. It's a bit too late to move it. So we'll leave it. Supply-wise, well, okay. Yeah, they're probably gonna take over that HQ. Actually, can they? Yeah, they can move out of the zone of control there. Okay, they're not doing it, get lucky. But they did add some extra units here, so we want to watch out for that. And they put a unit into Bialystok, which is kind of to be expected. Like you would expect them to defend Bialystok over here. Alright, what do we have here? So we could send someone backwards. We're gonna do it to attack them. So we'll start with an airstrike on these units here. And we can do a 1-1. Let's start with a set piece attack with this fairly weak unit here. We can do a 1-2 now. Okay. Next here we've got 5-0. Could do suppressive fire. That's not great. Another set piece attack to lower their entrenchments. Sure. And then we could attack them. Wait, can I move in there? I can move in there. So we'll do like an attack. None of these are particularly useful. We're gonna move here, do a 0-2, just so we can get some nice attack. Now we could step into the position of this unit, so let's do that. This unit can't do anything particularly exciting. I guess we'll just stay there. Actually, maybe we'll move like this. Oh, we can't cross that. We can move over that water. We can only do it next turn. It's alright. I think we'll stay like this. It's fine. Now here we're gonna go around to Bialystok and we're gonna stay there. We don't really have a supply though for our tank over there. That's right, we might be able to fix it later. We can grab 2 more units. These recon, which can go... Could attack them. No, it's gonna focus down here towards Bialystok as well. And then the last one is going to be another tank. Doesn't have a good attack right now, so we'll just focus on moving it here. Now, where do we have our supply here? So we want to make sure that we grab our other transport. Oh, this is the one that we got from the previous episode, and we're going to place it here to ensure that all of these things are going to be supplied. Okay? Now, down here, our focus is to keep moving around towards northern Warsaw. So we're going to move over here. And down here next to MODLIN. And I'm thinking like that with this infantry and then just follow up. We should, except for this one, we are supplied, so this one can then move 1 step up if needed later. Now, unfortunately, MODLIN is still supplied. Now we need to step into this position, which we can't do just yet. So in the meantime, we could use it like a set piece attack or something. Mainly because we just got nothing else to do, not because it's like somewhat necessary or important. The HQ is in range of almost everything, so we probably don't need to move it. We could move it like here. It's still supplied and it's a bit better in range towards our people. But yeah, we're gonna end our turn here. And we'll have still 2 more turns for Lomja. They can reinforce there however they want, we don't really care. Okay. Now we do have to focus on Lomja now, we only have 2 turns for it, so we're just gonna start stepping in around the place and just doing like a high damage. Alright, so we'll start by stepping over here. Now at this point we did get them to be unsupplied, that's important. We'll step into this position as well. And then like this. We'll start with an airstrike on these guys, not on Lomja. Because we would like to get rid of them. Then I'm going to use a feint attack on them. 1-1. Just a 1-1 here though. Okay, we'll do the 1-1. We gotta start to get this thing down. Yeah, they try to run away. That's good. And then we could do 1-1 or suppressive fire. Suppressive fire is actually not bad. We only have 30% chance to ruin, and we can do 2 suppression, which is not terrible. If I try to step away and attack with these guys, it's not going to be useful. What about you? Here we can get 1-1. That's nice. Alright, they already stepped back, so we'll step in with some of our units, get that overrun, and start moving forward so we can do some better attacks. And this unit could go... Oh, this unit could actually hit them. So let's move here, get a 0-2. We are still very well supplied. Now here, we want to start working on Bialystok. So, what can we do here? We could get a 1-1, 1-1. Okay, let's go from behind. Now, we could do the 1-1s. The thing is, do we want to bother? Okay, we're going to place this tank up here. Actually, we have till turn 11, so we got 6 more turns, but we do have to focus on Seattle next time, for which we've got 2 more turns. I think they're gonna have 1 more turn here. If we do 1-1, 1-1, we could take Bialystok this turn, but we're gonna take some damage. So I guess the question here is how much damage you want to take. Let me think this through. We'll think about that later. We're going to start by moving in here. This is going to unsupply MODLIN. They're probably not going to bother moving away from northern Warsaw. So what we're going to do is we're going to move here towards Sedlice. Okay, so actually there's nothing in Sedlice, so we can just grab it next turn. So in that case, we don't have to worry about hurrying with Bialystok. All of this is supplied. This tank is not supplied. I should have pre-supplied it while it was still there, but... it's alright, we can step over into Sedlice and get itself to be overrun, unless they move with these units forward, which they might try. We'll see. We'll handle it if they do it. So we'll leave Bialystok alone right now. They're gonna move into Sedlice? Yes. Okay. To be expected. Yeah, MODLIN, they might leave, but they're probably not going to. Okay. Now, we need to move close, and we need to attack. So first of all, we should attack with you, 0-2. Can get that bonus here, which is a bit unfortunate. We'll move... kind of hoping we could step into these overrun thing, and that's going to give us the bonus, but because of how they put the unit there, we actually can't. So let's do an airstrike here. Now it's a 1-1. And then we could we do another attack? We can't quite get there from here. Alright, so we're going to have to just put the tank somewhere where it's supplied. Just for example, like up there. And then we'll move to here. It's just a bit irritating. We'll get to it next turn, not this turn. I was kind of hoping we could get it next turn, but this turn, but that's all right. Next thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to start focusing down here towards Brest. So we are going to need to move our supply hubs. So we want to try to make sure that we place our units on these railways as much as we can. Since we'll be unsupplied only for 1 turn. So we want to remove this supply hub. And can we remove this one as well? Well, probably going to have to, well, let's see. Could I remove one of these? No, I'm gonna need this thing definitely. Also, you need to move up to make sure you remain supplied. If I were to remove one, no, it's not gonna work. Okay. The HQ also could potentially, could I give, yeah, let's give the extra supply to the tank and to the other unit as well. Now the tank could move back again, so we're gonna actually do it. We're gonna move it back. It can't attack, but next time it's still going to have some supply. Then we're gonna move our HQ. Wait, are we supplied in this area? We are, so we're gonna move the HQ to there. Still going to be supplied and it's gonna help us out. You do need to be somewhat near these units over here because we're gonna need it later. But we can also kind of focus in this direction. Białystok, we're still gonna wait here one more turn. So next time we need to get both Białystok and Siedlce. The Siedlce should be easy, Białystok as well. Okay, so there's immediately, okay, there's moving away and back. Okay, that's kind of an interesting movement. Alright, so now we could do 2-1, 2-0-0-2, great. And then we could do, seriously, how it's a 1-1 when we've got nothing? I don't really want to waste like a set piece attack. We could get overrun here, but I don't know if that's the most beneficial. You know what if we move here first? It didn't resupply. Sometimes it resupplies like a lot more units. So let's just step into this. Okay, that has supplied this unit here. It's still just 1-1, so let's just do the attack. We could use overrun here and follow with this tank as close to Brześć as we can. Then we'll finish off this unit. And like I said, we will have to move very soon with our supply thingies there. Now here we can do some great attacks. So we'll start with 0-2. Did not get overrun, unfortunately. And 0-1. And now with our supply, we've got nothing here. Let's try to move like this. Trying to figure out how I could like connect it so that this would like be a like supply thingy. But let's get Białystok. And we'll get the free... sure, the free bridge fixing thing. Alright, now we could move this way. And that way, and this way, I guess. Now the supply goes this far. This tank is gonna move down here. Okay. Where can I place my supply hub the furthest? It's really here, which is not great. Like, it does give me some area, but we're gonna need another supply hub in order to make this work. So they have to survive one turn here without supply, which is actually handleable. If we cross this, I don't think that will help us with our supply. So what we want to do is we need to sort of unsupply Brześć. I could run straight here, but I only have 2 turns of this, which is not great. That didn't help us as much as we wanted it to. Because we're going to need to unsupply Brześć. Okay. Okay, so we need to remove this supply hub. We're going to need to place 1 supply hub here to at least take care of some of these units in this area. And then we are probably going to start with this. So with MODLIN, again, it's only going to take 1 more turn, and then it's going to be like a free lunch for us, so we don't have to worry about it. But the Northern Warsaw, if you look at this, you actually can unsupply them because they've got this bridge here. So we're going to start working on them right now. So let's start with the set piece attack. We're going to lower their entrenchment. Then we could do a feint attack. Airstrike, this does give us the chance to ruin, but it's still better than nothing. And then we can do 1-1 here. Oh, they already stepped away. So again, a little bit easier than we expected. Make sure that all of your units remain supplied. We're still handling MODLIN perfectly. Now, my question, if I were to unsupply you, you can't handle being unsupplied for 1 turn. Now, MODLIN's getting supply from the top, so if I move you here, it's not really going to help them. They might run away. They can move towards the MLAWA because of the river. If they run away, we can just take MODLIN, which is going to be fine for us. But the benefit should be that then if I remove this, still can do it next turn. I have to do it next turn. Not ideal, not ideal, not ideal. Okay, I guess we'll have to take it the way we've got it. Alright, MODLIN, you can see MODLIN is essentially done. Brześć, though, is the problem now. Okay, I'm going to immediately put that extra supply hub here to... We won't get all the units, but we'll get some. Could I use, like, overrun, yeah, like on you, and then you're going to be the one moving down here, so then... Oh, you can't get there, that's a bit irritating. you're gonna move down here. You could move down here. So now Bresh should be unsupplied. No, there's still that one spot here. Now it's unsupplied. The problem is that a lot of these units that we've got here are also unsupplied, and there's nothing I can do to fix it right now. Yeah, all of 4 of these are unsupplied. You might actually just go at Bresh just to kind of try to help out. Because they will still block their supplies, but they will be weak, which is a problem. Let's do an attack here on MODLIN. We got overrun, so we can do another one. And then we can step in with our unit. Now here, we can do 0-2. And then 0-3. And then we're going to move this unit towards that supply hub there. Next, we want to check our supply. If I were to remove both of these, I need to make sure that my units here are still supplied. Perfect. So let's move them over on these railways so they remain supplied. And then next turn, we will be able to give supplies to our guys over here. It's not going to be great, but it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Also, we can give some of them overrun after. Let's do an airstrike on Bresh. Not going to help us too much. Alright, but remember, we've got still a few turns. So all of these are going to get hit probably significantly because they'll lose their supply and the enemies can... Enemies has something in Cabrin, so they can go at them, but okay, they're not doing it. Fine. Yeah, these guys, they don't have an attack. Could I use overrun on some of them? No, because my HQ just doesn't reach them. So that's... Actually, my HQ reach... No, it doesn't reach that guy either. Regardless, we can now put extra supply. How is that still not enough? If I were to place a new HQ, I can't place a new HQ anywhere closer. I cannot. Okay, so we're gonna have to do like 4 here. At least get this unit up on top here. Okay, we're gonna have to start moving our things around so you can handle it. So you go up, you'll now be supplied there. You can go that far down? Seriously? You can only go like 1 step. So if I move this HQ then, I can't give overrun to anybody. Could I use set piece attack or something? You can use anything and you're the only thing in range. So if we're gonna move this HQ this close, okay, then at least these 2 units there will get in range attack. Will be in range is what I meant to say. Not even with this extra thing, we still can't get here. And we need to stand here, otherwise the Scorpion and we're gonna move in there and it's going to make Bresh supplied. Bresh is not supplied, right? Almost seem like it is now. What? How are you supplied? I'm standing in the way of everything you should be getting. Strange. You don't have any set piece attacks here either. Let's move this unit back and this unit in there because this unit is going to give us set piece attack next turn. We'll also try to move with some of the other units a bit better in the area. So all of this will be supplied next turn. So are we just going to risk it and just move this thing back and just hope for the best? It should all be supplied and we've got a few more turns. We'll use the airstrike because why not? Okay, we'll just hope for the best. The blind thing is a bit problematic, but we're trying super hard. Alright, so clearly we cannot unsupply them, so we're just gonna go all in. That was a bit... I thought we could because it felt... never mind. I thought we could, but we can't. It's a bit strange to me because, yeah, they've got the thing here. Okay, I didn't notice that, sorry. So that's a mistake. Obviously. Now, we can do very little damage. We'll start with a feint attack here. Airstrike. We do get City in Ruins now, which is not ideal. But we can do another feint attack, not set piece attack here. then I could move away and I could step in with some other unit if I wanted to. Yeah, let's move with these guys there. Yeah, we get a 1-1 here, that's good. They're cornered, so the thing is they can't run away. Okay, now we can do some nice damage. 0-2. 0-2 again. This is still 4-0. 1-2. Sure. 1-2 from here, yeah, why not? And we can step in, and we've got everything. Alright, 1 turn early, but still with some time to spare. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you did, write down in the comments, and you can click on the right to watch the other episode. Or if you're just looking for some quick tips and tricks for the game, you can check out the guide for that as well. Or see my all objective complete guide for the main game. I'll see you there. Bye bye!